Back. So, last episode we got some new outfits. We discovered what the news kiosk is. It's basically after every case you go by, if you go to the news kiosk, it'll show what happened in the after the fact, with whatever decisions you make or something like that. Had a bad explanation. Also, we finally found the we're starting to understand the game a bit more. So like using the evidence tab I have on the upper right, the red stuff actually is giving me hints of like what I should do and what I should look out for. So, for instance, if they have like 3 people on the upper right, then I need to like start asking around. If they have an open book, that means I need to go to either like the police archive, I think like a library, and I forget what the other thing is, to be honest. So we're starting to understand the game a bit more, and then following the case right now, we're trying to find a so from what we got right now is that we were gonna ask our family doctor, more about Ma. Apparently she died of tuberculosis, but Sherlock doesn't remember hearing her cough. So we were gonna ask him, but then we found him dead. Turned out he was an elephant. He had a pet elephant, which we know he was murdered by. But now we're starting to think that it wasn't just a simple, elephants on a rampage. We learned some more stuff about elephants. Apparently, they're supposed to be cool with their owners or the people. So yeah. Anyways, then we followed a trail that led us to this little lake here, where we found a jacket here. Basically giving us hints that this wasn't just, a simple accident. So, a set of keys from Theodore's dressing gown.
Want to go for a swim?
Nah, I'm good. Alright, let's see here. So, a set from Theodore's dressing gown. Do we have anything else for the Mind Palace? No, we do not. Okay. So, let's see. So, I found a set of keys in Theodore's golden dressing gown. Golden, I'm pretty sure is actually, the doctor that we were gonna go look for, but then he turned up dead, so I'm thinking that we are going to have, wait, a body of a man was found. It is Theodore Gilden. Okay, so it is. So it's the guy that got moited by the elephant. So from what I guess, since we found his key, I imagine we're going to be going back to the place where the murder happened. And there was a gate over there that we did saw, or that we did see, but we couldn't open it. And I imagine this is what the key is for. So let's go ahead and continue. Wow, that's a hell of a freaking intro right there. Sorry, I'm actually really invested into this game still. I've been, like, for the past few years, I've actually been kind of more interested in murder cases. I listen to a weekly podcast talking about real crimes called Crime Junkies. So if you're looking for something interesting to listen to at work or at home or whatever you do in your leisure time, and you want to learn about crime, definitely check out Crime Junkies. It's a pretty good podcast. Another thing is that I've been reading a couple books about Moida. I'm reading this one called You, which obviously I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of the Netflix show. But let me tell you, man, just read You or listen to it, however you interact with books. Take a gander at You. Take a peek at it. It is way more messed up than you can imagine. Like, it is, like, Joe, it's a freaking creep in that book, man. No joke. So, I imagine I'm probably gonna have to dress up as the Popo again, but let's see what's going on here. Okay, just kidding. Alright. I do like how Sherlock usually likes to work on his own, I guess with John. And then, he'll get the police involved, like, at the end once we figured out, like, what happened in the case. But that's also kind of like, Scooby-Doo. You know what? Maybe that's what Scooby-Doo was inspired by. Maybe it was inspired by Sherlock Holmes. That's kind of cool.
Dog heaven.
Okay, so maybe it's not the keys to the gate, so hello, what's up? Don't mind me just walking over your evidence. Here we go. Alright. I don't know why we entered the back like I'm in the south or something. south, in North America. So, going up in the south, you don't use the front door to enter. You use the back door. Don't ask why. It was just a southern thing. So, is that elephant tusk? Okay. Interesting.
I can always recognize the spirit of a true artist.
I think this guy has a thing for elephants. Then again, I think if you're willing to actually have one as a pet, then yeah, you definitely have a thing for elephants.
Gosh, what a mansion.
This young lady has a childish interest for her age.
Interesting. Alright.
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
I do have one thing I want to ask.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well.
Alright. I want to know about the note that we found. Maybe this is it. Describe how the elephant killed Gilden. She heard Goliath screaming from her window. No, that's not it. Escape. Tracks to lead to the forest. I noticed that Theodore's gown was hanging on a branch, seemingly left by the elephant. Can I pursue the creature any further? Okay. Interesting. Can't tell her about the note and see if she knows anything about it. So.
I've nothing to say about this.
Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl, and my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this. I've nothing to say about this.
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.
Okay. So she's not a big fan of Goliath. see. Do we have anything left? No, we don't. Okay, let's look at the evidence real quick. So, Imogen didn't notice anyone else at the crime scene. Okay. But there had to be, because somebody dropped a knife by the shed. Let's see, okay, I noticed Theodore's gown hanging. Okay, we've already read that. Imogen considered Goliath dangerous, but he had never been aggressive with Theodore before. Okay. Imogen's testimony. Imogen described how the elephant killed Theodore Gilden. She heard Goliath screaming from her window. She could only see the animal lifting the body of her father. She rushed downstairs and saw the animal dragging him around. She threw stones at it, and the animal escaped after letting out a horrific, almost human scream. She ran back inside and hid in her room. She's shaken but willing to provide more answers if we find anything else. Okay. Alright. So I guess we're gonna have to try to find more stuff. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so when you go into new evidence, if the text is in red, then that's the new thing to read. Fair enough. Alright. Morgan's description of what happened to Theodore Gilden.
A commendable effort to barricade the windows.
Who's a cute bird?
False idols. Bazooka. The hell? Bazookaology. The Adventures of Nabe and Laura by William D. Arm.
False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary. She packed as much as she could carry. The same dull poses on all romantic photographs.
That envy that I heard.
So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk. You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think.
All the cool people seem to do it, so like I remember Geralt mentioning how he speaks like aloud to himself, which he does. Says to help him concentrate, so alright. Oh, we found a lot of new evidence. Alright, Bazookaology trilogy. That's gonna be hard for me to. I'm gonna have to work on that one. John has requested we locate the entire Bazookaology trilogy by Wallace D. Arm. I found the first book in Imogen's room. This humiliation of written word is unfathomably rather popular. I suppose I can at least attempt to understand why. Photo of Imogen. A photo of Imogen with a young man on the back of the frame is a note. The victory is for you and you only. 1879 race finals. For my lighthouse in the darkest storm. Paul. Packed bag. Imogen put all of her valuable possessions in luggage. From the manner in which she carelessly stuffed her clothes and jewelry into the bag, it is clear she had no travel experience. Perhaps she was on her way out somewhere, though. Alright.
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the Salacia Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit. These bags of yours, it looks as if you've packed your entire room. Were you planning on going somewhere?
My partner and I, we wanted a change, a fresh start abroad. But now I have to stay here. Here, an orphan.
Megan told me that she had plans to leave with her partner. They wanted to start a new life abroad.
How can you read something like this? It's hard to swallow, and that's not due to the hard cover.
You're hardly serious. Any library without Nabe and Laura is incomplete. If you can read, then these books are an absolute must. Love and adventure. They're about life.
Oh, I wasn't aware that exploding pyramids were a part of daily life on Cordona.
You haven't seen life, so you might try reading about it at least.
Maybe. Alright, so we got 2 new evidence. Oh, that was a nice moonwalk. Let's see. Paul Perks is a professional yachtsman who sails the Whirlpool at Silesia Yachts Club in southern Grand Surrey. I said we had 2, but I don't see another one. Do we have another Mind Palace? No, we don't. Okay. Wait. Soon after we left Cordona, some of our manor's furniture was sold. Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me right now. Okay. Alright. So it seems like we are now heading to the Silesia Yachts Club in southern Grand Surrey. So let's go ahead and place that. Let's find that on the map here. Is this it right here? Yep, here it is. Alright. And let's go ahead and pin this evidence as well. There we go. And we're off. Okay. So yeah, man. So first impressions so far, I guess, you know, since I guess we have a walk, you know, to get to. First impression, it's not, this game isn't bad. So, I mean, I know it's been a couple days since I played it, so I probably should have made a first impression, like, when I played it. But I don't know, man. Like, only playing an hour of it, I guess it could give you a little bit of an idea. But a game like this that seems to, you know, like, I don't know. It's to me, it's one of those games where I could probably tell you how to play it, but you understand it more if you're playing it yourself or something like that. I don't know. I guess that really depends on how somebody explains it to you. And honestly, I can probably, I don't know. I could probably like make a, say if I wanted to, I can just make a video of you know, like a guide to how to play this game, because this game is a hell of a lot different from like most games that we played on the channel. So I mean like the latest like we've played was LA Noire, but even that to me was more hand holding than this game. So arguably, anyways. I mean, I guess somebody could make a debate if they wanted to, but yeah, it's just me. So alright, first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at this furniture store. I'm not going to spend any money because, you know, we did spend a couple money.
Dragon statues, swings, and my goods will brighten up your house.
Did spend a couple. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much, so. Okay.
You always know where to find me.
I think we only get paid after the end of every case, so we definitely want to keep, at least have some money to at least buy some disguises in case we need some. Because right now I'm not quite sure how to get money, like if there's side activities to do, but yeah. Where's the entrance? I'm guessing the entrance is down here. I'm at the right place, correct? So how is this thing not open until a certain time?
Excuse me, just one question. Go back to work.
Okay. I was kind of hoping you could tell me more about. Wait, here we go. No women allowed. Okay. No smoking in the workshop. Clean yourself up 3. Clean up after yourself. Own dry shoes at the club. Don't touch any yachts that you don't own. Violators will be subjected to severe fines and exclusion from the club. Okay. Well, the fact that I can't go in tells me that maybe I'm not actually supposed to talk or to go in the club. Maybe I'm supposed to find some, what's his name? Paul? Buy his yachts. I'm thinking that maybe I should probably go in the Popo outfit again and see if I can find him. I have the photo right here. It's like, what does the case say? Who sails the Whirlpool as the last yacht club? Okay, so just gotta find the Whirlpool. Except it doesn't really quite tell me any of the boat's name. Yeah, maybe that dock worker could be working on the boat. Wow.
Do you know anything about this?
It's none of your business, worker.
May I ask for your assistance?
Of course, officer. Let me tell you.
You son of a bitch. Yachts Club members mentioned that Paul missed the race and no one has seen him since morning. He might be in his room in the workshop south of the Yachts Club. Alright. So let's see. Go ahead and go back into our regular outfit. So I think this is where I'm supposed to go. Yep. Probably not, actually, Han. I don't think people would live here. Well, no, it says south, so I mean, I have to be in the right place, I think. Plus, the music's kind of bumping too, so. Valhalla, Serenity, Hannibal, Cuttlefish, Zephyr, Whirlpool. Here we go. 1877 to, I guess, current year. Here we go. Oh, wonderful. It's locked. Oh. Oh, that's John. I thought it was Paul for a second. Okay. John, I swear to God, you keep giving me a little bit of hope thinking that I'm actually finding Paul. See. Come on, there we go. Fresh lacquer layer.
The Champion's
Spanish.
Whirlpool. Pool's bread and butter.
What's this right here? There's another one. Yes, it is.
Sails of Hatred. I suppose there is something for everyone, including champions.
Who knew archaeology could be so exciting?
Exciting is certainly a word. A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
You should have a warning to cover your ears.
Okay. That door doesn't open. I would have thought he probably would have wanted to be like, alright, where does this paint go? Stuff like that, but I guess it really didn't go anywhere. I'm not really finding anything else to do with it. Unless again, yep, of course. So I found the second book in Paul's possession. They should be ashamed to have it. I found the place where Paul works, and Yacht Club members mentioned that Paul missed the race and no one has seen him since morning. He might be in his room in the workshop south of the Yacht Club. Okay. I do not know where they would have his room. Unless it's one of these things over here. No.
Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Interesting.
Where would a champion hide a key?
Crack in the door frame currently empty. Often used, full of nails. Where would a champion hide his keys? Slightly crooked, recently moved. Bingo.
I hope Paul is more skilled at yachting than he is at hiding keys. Bloodied bandages. To earn big, you have to spend big.
Celestia bookmarkers, tournament race, whirlpool to win, total stake 100, total winning 600.
Additional earnings for sweetening the victory.
So he's gambling? Interesting.
An interesting place for a message to a champion.
Oh, I didn't get to read it. Dang it. I can read it right now. Let's see. In the room with the whirlpool plaque, I noticed a bloody bandage. I found the key. You do not get back to. Oh, okay. Here's a suspicious note. You do not get to back out of our excuse me, deal. You do not get to leave on a whim. We need you to get us fresh leaves for our tea party. If you have any questions, the boy will be keeping an eye on you at the race. Okay.
Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool. One victory after another.
Threats and envelope. You gormless, gilly wetfoot. That sounds so British, dude. You think you can leech off my family, steal my money, exploit my daughter? This ends today. Your career is over. I shall give you one final warning. If you refuse to cooperate, you'll find yourself in deep water, Gilden. Paul and Gilden were at each other's throats. Interesting.
Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty.
Interesting. Bloody bandages. Threatening note from Mr. Gilden. It's all coming together now.
An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these.
These tranquilizer darts.
A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs.
Two missing.
Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving.
Okay.
Too ordinary a room for a champion. There's no incentive to put in any effort.
Alright. Oh, we got a new mine palace. Let's go ahead and look it up. Fatal battering. Victim body took a beating, sustained multiple injuries that ultimately proved fatal. Damage to the shed. Theodore threatened Paul. Theodore Gilden threatened an end to Paul's Perk's yachting career if the relationship with Imogen continued. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think any of these would connect, but you never know. Alright, so here's the threats in the envelope. And Whirlpool Room had a box full of darts in excellent state. Okay. Boys. A betting slip in the Whirlpool Room. Okay. And I'm gonna go back to this paint thing and see if there's anything about it. Oh, nope, it's just completely gone. And it's gone. Okay. So, I guess there's more stuff to look here. So the icon, like the eye icon, is telling me that I need to pin it. And there's something else here.
Bloodied bandages.
No, found it in one of the betting slip in the Whirlpool Room. I'm gonna focus on something, but I don't really see that something yet. Huh. Maybe it's just something that isn't here. Like in the Whirlpool Room. Maybe somewhere out here in the workshop. Well, I'm not seeing it. Ah! Tea caddy not smeared. Don't know what that has to do, but okay. Interesting.
Undeniably psychotropes. Not for toothache, I think. A typical tea tin. I wonder what he has for biscuits.
Do evidence updated. I found psychotropics smuggled in a tea caddy hidden inside the workshop storage room. The storage room held evidence that Paul is involved in organized crime, smuggling psychotropics on the yachts. Okay.
Oi! Hands off my possessions before you lose your fingers. Are you illiterate? The rules are written everywhere.
Ah, Mr. Perks, the cabin boy himself.
Champion, you mean? I was right. You are illiterate. I think a couple of shiners might teach you. One last chance. Who are you?
I'm Sherlock Holmes, a friend of our mutual acquaintance, Miss Imogen.
Look, you artichoke. Imogen has no friends. Except for me.
If you must try to insult people, it's better to know the meanings of the words that you're using.
You fancy you could teach a sailor to swear? Go ahead. Show me how inventive you are.
Stand still for a moment.
Smooth Adam Apple. Oh. Alright, so he's female. Let's see. Payback or accident? Alright. So he recently has a cut on his arm. Oh, bruise on his elbow. Hit something hard. Maybe a potted plant near a shed or something? Develop female body. Okay. Alright, Paul Perks is a woman who disguises herself as a man to achieve a higher social position She uses the privilege of men to pursue her personal goals. She uses her career in yachting as cover to smuggle goods for various gangs on Cordona. Her injured arm reflects the dangerous nature of her life. Despite her fearless exterior, she's frequently in trouble due to her connection with the criminal underworld, and yet she has earned a place in that world as Paul. I see no reason to disclose to anyone otherwise. Professional yachtswoman. Paul Perks is a woman who disguises herself as a man to achieve a high social position. She's privileged men to achieve goals. She puts all her efforts into sport, even though it comes with the occasional accident on the open seas. Bruises and an injured arm are badges of honor in this dangerous sport. She is fearless yachtswoman, will not give it up, even when it costs her, and yet that is a man's prerogative. That's, ooh, I haven't used that word in a long time. I see no reason to disclose to anyone otherwise. Okay. Well, there's really nothing connecting her as a criminal, according to the left, so obviously it has to be the yacht woman.
I'm impressed by how well a woman can handle a yacht and endure so many hardships on the open sea. The revelation of your nature could well humiliate so many rich men here, not to mention how you have broken the rules. But I understand. You've done this to forge a real career in the sport. But tell me something. Has no one asked you why you don't grow a beard?
Shh. Have you been following me? You better not be wanting to end my career, because I swear you'll regret it if I get outed.
Damn you, Paul. I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat.
Well, people, this is the combat system I was talking about earlier, so prepare your pants. Good.
But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
I was about to shit myself. Oh god, here we go. I'm coming. Yeah!
Do some...
Ow.
Get ready for some pain.
I mean, the
Don't
takedowns
cry,
are
you
kind of
will.
cool,
The
but
snuff's ready.
just the whole system is just... I don't know, man.
We can overcome the brute now.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Miss.
Time to knock.
Ow.
Too simple.
I'm definitely getting more of a hang of it, though. This is another thing about this game, too. You definitely gotta... Ow. Try to get the hang of it. No. Damn it. Alright, come over here, please, sir. No. God damn it. Ah, brother. Oh! For a pistol in the 1800s, that's hella fast pistol.
I'm coming for you.
The snuff's ready. He's all yours now. Go for it.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah. Hella exciting, isn't it? Alright. Yeah!
Don't cry, you'll live.
That's... Oh, it's done. Thank God. That was
There's no reward for
awesome.
risking our lives.
Paul's explanation will suffice.